It looks like H3 or Ethan Klein has decided to sue some streamers. Now, full context here, I've already seen this video, but I think it's important to talk about here on my channel as I'm a reactor and a commentator. Well, I say I'm a reactor, but we all know I'm secretly a commentary channel because I be yapping and pausing the video all the freaking time. But we're going to talk about why he's suing these three creators, and buckle up, it's going to be a doozy. So today's video is called I'm Suing These Creators by h3h3 Productions. Link to the original video down in the description below. As always, if you want to watch the original, always show them support. If you like the conversations and discussions we do on my channel, consider subscribing. Get your keyboards ready because I know this is going to be a doozy.
Hi there, my name is Ethan Klein, and my favorite hobby is spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on lawyers. Today, I invite you into my home to share my favorite pastime with you.
Man, I can't wait till I get that kind of money, man. Not that I'm going to be suing people, but just to be able to make that joke.
Join me in creating generational wealth for my attorney. Let me tell you guys a story. About a year and a half ago, it's a big conversation called ReactGate.
Yep.
ReactGate was a debate going on in the streaming community about what constituted fair use. People like Hassan, XQC, and many of the large Twitch streamers would watch other creators' entire video on their stream. They would rarely add sufficient...
Look at that. Look at him. Look at him. Not even looking at the screen. I'm kidding. I'm just getting water. I'm getting 2 bottles of water. No, so not even looking at his screen. Okay, so at the time of this stuff was happening, I was not a reaction channel, so I want to be fully clear here. I know that those tuning into my channel barely now will probably be like, oh, you're probably doing the same thing. I was a gaming channel, so I'm just going to be completely transparent here. So not saying I avoid criticism. I'm always open to criticism, but these guys, what they were doing is watching straight up TV shows. Not even just videos. They were watching straight up TV shows, and Twitch, for some reason, didn't even clamp down on it at all. I'm talking about like people like Pokemon as well.
Commentary, or even pause the video to speak. Most egregiously, they would re-upload the entire VOD to YouTube with the same thumbnail, the same title, so that they could cannibalize traffic from the original video. Here's what Lamino had to say about this phenomenon.
I don't mind people reacting to my videos, but I do mind when they play the entirety of my video. A face cam in the corner or the occasional interruption does nothing to address that issue.
Now, I do want to be fair here. There's obviously there is 2 types of reactions. So I react to videos, but I always commentate. I pause the video. I make it very clear that the people here in the beginning of the video are here for the conversations and discussions that we have here on this channel, but also on the topics at hand. I say that not to defend these people. I do want to separate the context because I know some people want to dismiss a lot of this arguments being like, well, there is good reactors, so you can't lump them all in. That's true, but we shouldn't dismiss the bad ones. Does that make sense? Like, just because, like, say for example, I do it right, that doesn't mean that I should be okay with people doing it wrong. Does that make sense? I guess that's the point that I'm trying to make. I myself know people do, like, I don't know them personally, but I know there's bad reaction channels. Hell, when I was deciding to switch niches, there was this girl, not gonna say her name, not gonna mention the channel, but at the time that I was researching, like, do I want to do reactions and commentary? She had 600,000 subscribers. She dead ass would just be like, wow. Not even like looking at the screen. You could tell she was like playing on her phone. Would re-upload entire videos. Not a streamer, by the way. Re-upload entire videos and then not commentate, be on her phone, and then just be like, dang, that's crazy, you guys. Can't believe that happened. And it was like, what is going on? And so, yes, there is bad reactions, but there is such thing as fair use and reacting the right way. You just got to find the balance. But regardless, we all should be aware that there is bad reaction channels.
My video is still being played from beginning to end in someone else's stream or video. It's neither ethical nor necessary to feature the entirety of someone else's work. Or, you know, they could do the bare minimum and ask for permission. something that none of the major reaction channels have ever done.
Now that being said, I've reached out to big creators. None of them reply. So here I am. So I get egoed and they don't reply when I ask for permission. Okay. So I'm going to be a little fair here. But that being said, if someone were to reach out to me and say, oh, don't react to my video, you know, I more than likely won't. Like, I'll definitely respect it unless it's fair criticism. Like, if it's criticism, I'm not going to back down from that. That's crazy. But if it's something like, you know, hey, like, don't react to my video, you know, maybe, you know, if there's a situation where it's like, yeah, you know what, maybe you're right, I won't do it. But if it's criticism and I'm addressing someone, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm not gonna let my critics silence. Like, if I'm giving someone criticism, I'm not gonna give them a way out. Like, that's fucked up. I'm not gonna censor myself, right? Or but basically, you understand what I'm saying. Like, if Ethan reached out to me and said, hey, don't react to my videos, I won't.
When they've streamed or re-uploaded my videos. But to answer your question, no, I don't want people to stream or re-upload the entirety of my videos.
Now, understandably, this made a lot of people angry, because why should these content thieves essentially get...
And that is what it is. Okay, so I know I was talking about YouTube. Let me clarify. What these streamers are doing, just playing the video, uploading it, again, like they said, onto their channel, the whole thing. But at no point was it ever fair use. Does that make sense? So I know I went on a whole tirade, but I do want to address the whole situation here. From the very beginning, it was never fair use. It didn't even get to the point of like, should you upload the whole thing or not? They was never fair use at all. So just want to clarify that. These streamers were never agreed, like, didn't meet the requirements of fair use. I do know the requirements of fair use, and I try my best to do it every single time.
Get more views than the author of the video, which in a lot of cases was happening. I mean, people don't like injustice, and we all see this, and no, it's not right. This debate culminated when XQC, one of the prime suspects, called into my show to debate me, in which case I'm sad to report that I was terribly owned.
So in that regard, do you care at all about like IP or copyright? Or like the fact that it's illegal, does that matter? That it might be illegal, does that matter to you?
No.
It doesn't matter.
Well, if flat out doesn't, because...
Well, that's fair.
Watch me full screen cam, do the fucking worm, then watch your prime... Then watch your prime content.
Do it for a week. Do a week of no reaction content and see how many fucking views you get. Oh, okay, sure. I mean, that's content, man. It's original content, at least. The ultimate debate, bro. He hit him with the worm. Oh.
I'm just gonna be honest. You're never gonna win against this guy. He is a content goblin. Okay. As much as he doesn't like to admit it, let's be honest. He is, right? He doesn't like to act like we all know he is. Come on, man. Come on, man. Also, bad pausing. I didn't mean to do that. My bad, Ethan. Nah, but yeah, a lot of these streamers are pretty egregious about it.
Oh, why didn't I think of that first? I kid XQC, but he is not the one I'm suing. Despite my criticism, he's not a malicious infringer. But the ones I am suing, you'll see, are much, much worse. Now, ironically, after this debate and in the wake of this large conversation, the problem seems to have only gotten worse. You have people like Hassan Piker paving the way of fair use with what's known as chair reacts.
Oh my
when
God.
Hassan gets up to go to the bathroom, or to eat, or to talk to his mom, or to do whatever, disappears for an extended period of time and leaves the video playing for his chair.
Okay, and I know people are like, oh, that's not true. Oh, we love Hassan. We bounce on it for him. Oh, we glaze him. No, this motherfucker, excuse my language, it's a meme. It's an actual joke. Hassan Piker is a lolcow, and that is one of his trademarks is the infamous chair reacts, because he's just not there.
Mr. Chair, they call it.
Yeah.
The RAF had warned people to leave the area around the main airport in Sana'a. Then this.
This operation will result in killings, hostages and captivity, will result in the death of 30 of the
And what's funny is because he's doing that, you can argue that people aren't there for him if the numbers of the views stay the same when he leaves. You can argue that they were never there for his commentary, but the footage that he was playing. I'm just saying.
And it was in this setting that I formulated an idea. What if I could make a long-form, irresistible piece of content that I knew that these streamers couldn't resist, they couldn't avoid the temptation of watching it the second it was published?
I don't have an issue with them.
It's not that I wanted these people to steal my video. It's that I
3.5 million views 4 months ago. Right on, Ethan. That's actually crazy good.
knew they would. I knew they would watch the entire video, add little to no commentary, react to it instantly, giving them no time to form an opinion.
Which, by the way, y'all should totally watch that video.
The trap was set, and it worked even better than I imagined it would. We captured pretty much every large streamer reacting to it in its entirety immediately after it was published. Now, the thing is, there were a few people that went above and beyond to commit copyright infringement. For example, Denim sits here silently with nearly 50,000 live viewers.
Okay, so I'm going to be transparent here. So that is not her average numbers. I've seen this video already, but I want to say this. When I first saw this video, I'm like, she is known for being stupid and playing herself. When the point he's about to make, at first, I was like, there's no fucking way that her expectations of being stupid are really high. Or I guess I have such low expectations when it comes to denims, but somehow I was like, there's no way she's this stupid. But it's baffling.
That's 30 times her regular viewership. She's working directly with the Snark subreddit moderators to siphon views, and their intentions couldn't be clearer. Here's an excerpt from a stickied post from the Snark subreddit. Hey everyone, we've seen a lot of comments about wanting to watch the nuke without showing support for H3. Here's a list of creators who've supported our sub, either by engaging with us directly or citing our post in their critique of H3.
And that's literally copyright infringement, because you're trying to purposely profit off of it and maliciously not allow the original person to do it. Which, by the way, this H3 Snark subreddit, which I'm gonna turn off my camera real quick so you guys can see it, are infamously known for leading the way in CPS being called against H3 and his family. So yeah, these guys are a bunch of losers, and not only that, they basically how do I say, committed just fucked themselves over by committing copyright infringement.
Here they're offering these streamers as market substitutes for my work. This is the cardinal sin of copyright infringement.
Yes.
The Snark subreddit has been a frequent and persistent infringer. That's how I knew when this video came out, the Snarkers were going to encourage, promote, and push streamers to commit copyright infringement.
Which a lot of these people I've heard of, but I've never watched. I mean, Frogan's a fat bitch. Denim's habitual rake stepper. If you don't know what a rake stepper is, when someone steps on a rake and the broom end hits him in the face, she's that dumb. Central Committee, Mike from PA, surprised he's not banned. Casey Tron, Lolcow, and then those are pretty much the only ones I know.
I should thank the Snarkers, actually. Because of their predictability, they acted like double agents for us, incriminating their favorite streamers and serving them up on a golden platter.
So stupid.
Thank you, Snark. It's one thing for a subreddit to admit it's engaging in copyright infringement, but how do you get the streamers themselves to admit that they're stealing content?
Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime. If you like the content, if you enjoyed your time here.
It turns out they just do it for you.
That is crazy. The fact that if you enjoyed the content, yes, she straight up admitted to copyright infringement. She just said the thing you're not like she literally admitted to the civil crime that she can get sued for. How stupid do you have to be? And I don't know. You know what's crazy? I don't even want to be. I want to be charitable here. I don't even think that she's that dumb. I think that she just has been not. She's never been held accountable for anything. So I think that's why she's felt emboldened to actually say that. Which, by the way, I pointed this out on Twitter or on X. So consider following me over there. When this was first happening, pay very close attention to what she says right here.
Not giving any views to that terrible video. Follow, subscribe, throw a prime.
She promoted the Twitch Prime subscriptions as a financial substance, like to financially gain from it. Or I guess I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know the specific speak, but basically she's promoting Twitch Prime while doing this. And this is a partner streamer who has not been banned yet. You guys understand this? Meaning that if he successfully sues these people, he can then successfully sue Twitch for allowing their streamers to promote Twitch Prime and the Prime subscription, the Twitch subscriptions, while committing copyright infringement and get their money. They can not only get their bag from the streamers, but from Twitch. This idiot right here, Denims, opened up a whole can of worms, not just for her, but the whole platform of Twitch. That's how stupid this person is. Amazing content, though. I love this. Thank you, H3. Please stream the court case.
If you like the content, if you enjoyed your time here.
It turns out they just do it for you. You couldn't cook up a more incriminating statement if you tried. Denims, the queen of self-owning, you prevail again. There's one thing about copyright you should know is that you got to register it before you publish to be eligible for statutory damages and attorney's fees, which is the main biting force of a copyright infringement lawsuit. Well, I'm happy to tell you guys now, I, Ethan Klein, have registered Hasan Piker Content Nuke with the United States Library of Congress.
Now, when I first heard this, I was like, there's no fucking way he did that. He actually got this to be like a full-on setup. And I know some people are like, oh, this is entrapment. Oh, this is entrapment. No, dude, this ain't a fucking criminal case. Y'all are so stupid. But this is probably the only thing I'm going to disagree with Ethan on is I just, I'm not the biggest H3 fan. I guess I'm not a hater or anything like that. I'm just kind of indifferent. I haven't really watched his content in a very long time. It's only recently that I started reacting to his content and kind of engaging more with it because I've given him a chance now that he's not really so closely associated with Hasan. I've just felt like Hasan Piker is such a horrible influencer in what he says, but also he's just boring. He doesn't have anything of value that he brings to the space outside of just physically looking good. I mean, I guess it is what it is, right? But again, my only point that I will disagree with Ethan on, or not really disagree, but not fully believe, is like there's no fucking way this was actually a plan. I feel like this was just like a coincidence. I don't know. But then again, like there's a reason why, he's one of the biggest, content creators that have a lot of influence, right? So I don't know. I guess I don't want to give him credit because I don't know. I'm just indifferent. But hey, you know what? Fuck it. I'll give him credit. Yeah, right on, man. You executed a plan and it somehow worked.
Some of you guys out there sweating? Even though theoretically I could sue a lot more creators and rake in millions of dollars, but the purpose of this is not financial gain.
But also he would have to sue each of them individually, and a lot of those creators are extremely huge. So it would be really hard to prove every single one was violating fair use. Now, that being said, he could technically still do it.
People like XQC and Asmongold may have watched the entire thing, but I would never sue them just for doing that. I don't want to chill the reaction community into fear. Actually, the opposite. I hope that we can all unite against this type of egregious behavior that not only makes us all look bad, but could destroy the commentary community as we know it.
Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime.
The state of reaction content on Twitch is so broken, these creators feel comfortable looking right into a camera and saying outright, hey, I'm stealing this guy's content. Pay me instead of him.
Which is funny because Frogan is Twitch's rising star for 2 years in a row, which I don't understand how you can rise twice. But I wanted to point this out. How is it that this person, Frogan, is so closely like orbited to Hassan and all these other people, but yet is nowhere near as successful and even was promoted as a Twitch rising star 2 years in a row, but yet it's nobody wants to watch her. And obviously my channel is small, so what am I to be talking about? Who am I to be talking about it? But it's like, at least I still have an audience without having to be an orbiter. Does that make sense? Like, still people want to watch me, and I'm not over here glazing fucking off of, I'm not over here bouncing on it off other creators hoping for scraps. No, I have my own audience. Where's her? It's like, how is she? Why is it that nobody wants to watch you, but you orbit so hard? Maybe it's the gravitational pull because of her. I'm just going to stop.
This is not a healthy environment. And with people like Hassan reacting to entire TV shows on stream, my fear is that Sony or Disney comes along, sues everybody, and sets a devastating precedent that could endanger our entire field. Now, before I tell you who the 3 people I'm suing are, I just want to make it clear that they all met this very specific high bar of criteria that I set forth earlier. These people were not targeted based on their gender, their identity, their political beliefs. All 3 are on this list.
Basically what he's saying is these people were so dumb enough to make the case a slam dunk, an easy win, that it's like, it's almost stupid not to sue them, is what he's trying to say. Because again, like I said earlier, like, yes, he could technically sue every single person that reacted to the full video, but he has to prove it every single time. That's hard to do. But with these 3 people, I would be disappointed if he didn't sue them.
In fact, they're the only 3, as far as I could tell, that reacted to the full video. Drum roll, please. Who's sweating at home, guys? Casey Tron, the queen of ripping farts and bong loads.
Oh, the locale.
They're very musical people. Are you being serious? Dog, what do you... Look! You think I made this?
Frogan, who, bless her soul, she's still rising.
Can I walk away and use the bathroom? Do I have permission? Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing.
I can't believe you would literally say that. Also, she was on her phone the whole time. Look. Or not the whole time, but she was on her phone when you see it. Watch.
Apparently thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life.
What happened?
And Denim's the queen of self-owning. And my God, is she the queen of that?
It's very obvious from the way that guy's talking, he's a Sneeko fan.
Oh my God, bro, I love you. Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so sweaty, bro.
I love you, bro.
None of the hostages that have been released so far have said that they have been raped. The hostages have public statements. You can go look at them.
The sexual assault I experienced should never happen to any human being.
This Yemeni kid is just a Yemeni kid with a gun and is not a Houthi, and there is no proof of him being a Houthi.
Are you a soldier? Yes. That seems pretty definitive.
He never said Hassan Nasrallah was a good guy.
I can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah base. I mean, listen.
Now for the...
I don't know how anybody can watch her. I'm going to be honest. That is crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy.
Fun part. Let's take a look at the complaints. And let's start with my favorite of the 3, the very own, the prestigious, the highly acclaimed, the highly analytical Casey Tron.
Oh.
A lot of people have been wanting to watch this without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein. So we're going to watch it.
Really dumb thing to say, don't you think? You're so comfortable. We've given each complaint a clever little title, and here's Casey Tron's. She smoked.
Oh my God, I totally fucked up the intro. Fuck. I'm about to re-record it. That's all right.
smokes 42 times during her reaction. And just as a silly thought experiment, we thought, wouldn't it be funny if she spent more time smoking than she did talking? And thinking there was no way that that could be true. Well, we tallied them up, and lo and behold, there's 15 minutes 40 seconds of commentary versus 18 minutes and 55 seconds of smoking. She spent 3 minutes and 15 seconds longer smoking than she did talking in her quote-unquote reaction. And whatever talking she did was just to express how confused she was.
That is the definition of being fried. Can I be honest with you guys? Actually fried. She is actually cooked. She's actually fried. Hopefully I don't have to re-record this because I fucked up my mic. I'm gonna leave this part in. No, she's actually fried, dude. That sounds like those people. You know what this sounds like? It sounds like those people who say, "Oh, I can quit weed anytime," but then they like can't.
Presumably from smoking 42 times.
What is happening? I'm trying to follow. I've lost the plot.
The complaint continues. Indeed, Casey Tron is often too obliterated to comment on the nuke, and instead stares blankly at her computer screen. In a span of 2 hours and 7 minutes, Casey Tron smokes marijuana, frequently in highly concentrated forms through vaporizers, on 42 separate occasions.
Cooked.
At one point, Casey Tron is so wasted that she states, quote, "What is happening? I'm trying to follow, but I've lost the plot." To give you an idea, the majority of her commentary comes down to this.
I don't understand this bit that he's doing.
He's read more books than you could ever imagine.
CPM's coming out of Qatar.
What the hell
you
is
kids
going
love anime,
on?
right?
He's read more books than you could ever imagine.
What is happening? I'm trying to follow. I've lost the plot.
Is actually not okay. This is someone needs to go to rehab. This is insane.
They do musicals. They're very musical people. Are you being serious? Dog, what do you look? You think I made this? This isn't a music video, Hassan.
And as dumb as all of that is, this is the part that really got her sued.
A lot of people have been wanting to watch this without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein. So we're gonna watch it. What the fuck is going on here?
That's literally, you know what? Cooked. Get her out of here.
Stating outright that her intention of doing this is so that people who don't want to support me can watch it through her is why copyright infringement laws exist. You could not and should not do that, especially if your commentary consists of you taking bong loads. At least try to engage with the content.
Whoa, what was that? Oh, sorry. That was a
Rise.
flying star. It almost got me.
You know her and you love her, guys. Frogan.
This is the wishes American veterans get PTSD. Also wanted to do a recreate 9/11 cake sub goal, and yet still doesn't get banned. Crazy when veterans are a protected class in the Twitch TOS. Fantastic. Love to see it out of the San Francisco based company called Twitch.
Reaction by exiting. Here she is getting up to leave the video running as she steps out of the room. Is that transformative?
No.
I guess the judge will decide. She said, quote, "It's time to watch the new nuke ethically. Hell yeah." Huh. Very smart to say on camera, by the way. She said, quote, "Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate everyone's support. And thank you for watching it with me." Well, you are so welcome, and I'm so glad that you were able to enjoy that day. Her commentary is so non-existent that even her own fans begin to call her out.
Don't have anything to say? Dude, because he's cycling the same fucking points over and over again. What more commentary do you need on him repeating the same fucking points for the whole first hour and 1 minute and 32 seconds? It's been the same shit over and over again. This video could have been condensed into 20 fucking minutes. Like, what commentary do you want me to add by, like, oh, this guy's a fucking idiot, he's mentally ill, and he's having a mental breakdown and uploaded it to fucking YouTube?
You could literally just stop watching the video. That's what she could literally do. Stop watching the video if that's what you feel. Like, what the fuck are these people doing?
Make at least one good point. What do you want me to make a point on?
Oh, I forgot. She also said, "Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing."
That's
you may
crazy.
use the bathroom, Frogan, although I don't advise it.
Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing.
Into your stomach. And let me state the obvious. Jew and
2 minutes
Apparently,
later.
Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known.
What's going on?
What happens?
You just pause it. That's it. You just pause the video, right? Like you get up and you go to the bathroom. You just pause it. They should be watching for you. But if you get up to go to the bathroom and they keep watching my video, they're clearly not watching for you, right?
That's why when, in fairness, when you're a commentator on YouTube, if people keep watching, they're not watching for the video, watching for the commentary and the discussions. Right. Now, I'm not going to say that obviously for every single video, every single YouTuber, right? I mean, not every single video on the internet or every single YouTuber on the internet. I do my best for my channel. But the thing is, it's like, again, to reiterate from the beginning of the video, is like these streamers have no accountability whatsoever, right? So if I upload this, YouTube has a copyright system in place that allows creators to unfortunately abuse it sometimes, but also be fair about it, right? So there's room for error, but there's room for justice. Does that make sense? For fairness, whereas Twitch just has none of that.
lazy and pathetic as her reaction is, this is not why she's getting sued. This is.
Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate everyone's support. And thank you for watching it with me. First time viewer, time to watch the nuke ethically? Hell yeah. I found my way from Reddit. Hi guys, welcome Reddit people. Reddit people. I came from the h3h3 Reddit. Ethan is so pathetic while Hassan is in Japan. I'm bothered having a great time. Exactly.
She is so dumb by mentioning the Reddit now that he can subpoena the Reddit for their involvement of this.
We're gonna watch it live, yes. He doesn't want people to know when it's dropping because we're all watching through other streamers. And I suggest you all watch it through other people as well.
It's the stated malicious intent to steal. They talk about watching ethically, but I learned not to steal when I was 5.
Up next is Denims.
Oh.
And honestly, just take a look at this, guys.